Let's see. I have to go. I actually don't remember where I have to go. Oh, I got to go down to the paleontologist. Oh, that's right. I have to take the atom bomb to the paleontologist. So that's what I'm going to do. Where am I located? Oh, I'm here. So I got to go here. Okay. All right. We're going to set off. Much love to you too, Hidden. You're leaving, Frody? Bummer. Well, thanks for the follow and the host. All right, here we go, y'all. Gonna have another bubbly. I'm excited to watch your review, Anthony. I didn't realize you do reviews on YouTube. Blackberry gets a 10 out of 10 from me, dog. Blackberry's where it's at. So apparently we're trying to learn stuff about the Stranding from dinosaurs, so... Oh, that makes sense, Frody. I will say I do mostly deliveries, but I can totally understand why you don't want to spoil the game for yourself. That makes a lot of sense. All right. So yeah, I wasn't listening too closely when Hartman was telling us about what we were going to do with the dinosaurs, but if you hype things up too much, people not like it as much as you do because too much hype. That's true. But for me, right, it's all subjective. For me, Blackberry's 10 out of 10. Welcome back, honey. I do have a problem with upsetting the BTs, though. Yeah, they seem to get upset very easily. I don't really know what their beef is, but... Across this bridge. What is behavioral analyst? Trying to think of like I mean, it's honestly, to take it to a literal sense, Coder, it's somebody who is going to probably, like, from what I understand, somebody who's going to search for patterns in your behaviors and look for what that may be in terms of like how you were conditioned or what kind of reinforcement mechanisms are present for you. But probably somebody who's going to be seeking patterns. That's at least my understanding of a behavioral analyst off the top of my head. It's also one of the reasons I don't like people complimenting my music, because it creates a hype, and then if I don't deliver, I feel bad. Well, that's the thing, though, is like with stuff like art and sensory stuff, it's all subjective. So if somebody says they really love your music, it just means they really love your music. It doesn't mean everybody will love your music. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like if people are like, oh man, the stream is so awesome, and then somebody else watches the stream and is like, nah, the stream sucks. Like, if you guys said my stream was awesome, I'm gonna try really hard to make sure that I see that as like you guys complimenting it and seeing it for what that is, as opposed to putting pressure on myself to make sure I please everyone, because I know the stream's not for everyone. Is it normal to feel apathy around or near a trauma anniversary? Yeah, I'd say it's common, Wolfer, if that's one of the ways that a person has... Oh, God. Oh, God. If that's one of the ways that a person has coped with the trauma, is to numb or to try to avoid whatever their emotional experience is, apathy is a manifestation of that to some extent. So it would make sense why around the anniversary of it, if there are certain, like, timeline triggers, for the lack of a better word, that a person may feel numb or apathy at the anniversary. Are you going to edit your channel rewards? Eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. It's not, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's not a priority, but it's certainly not something that I'm like actively doing. I'll probably look at it a little bit this afternoon, or I guess this evening. What's up, love? Just stockpile your points for now. No, no. What's up, Katie? I'm going to be honest here. This sucks so hard right now. Jay's the one that left. Not sure if I understand it all, but I'm not keeping someone here that doesn't want to be. I'll be okay. I'm stronger than this situation. Like, just straight up walked out, Zeph? I'm really sorry to hear that. That sounds awful. What is pay to win and why do MMO players hate it? Pay to win is when you basically can get in-game upgrades and stuff by paying real money to that other people have to spend bunches of hours in game to earn. So people get pissed about it, Titan, because you can basically buy your way into being the best instead of having to earn things. By the way, it's good to see you, Titan. Missed you too, Maple. It's good to have you here. I think this stream is awesome because DrMick has created a kind, warm, understanding, unique community. Well, I appreciate you saying that, honey. That's what I have tried to do since the very beginning. And the fact that so many of you join me and hang out and make this place what it is, it's fabulous. Seriously, it's quite amazing to me that the stream has been so consistently awesome since it started. Like, that's pretty remarkable to me anyway. I see a lot of Twitch communities that get toxic very fast. And I agree, the music in this game is awesome, Frody. All right, paleontologist, I brought your bomb. I think I might have passed out and woken up at 3 a.m. because DrMick is online. Wow. I feel so special, mother. Good to see you, man. Well, I'm glad you're here, Zeph. And the ways in which we can support you, we will do. But that's rough. I had my first drawing commission today, but I need to make it digital, and then it's done. The drawing itself was 5 hours. Oh, wow. That's really cool, though, Maple. Congrats on getting a commission. Since I make music with GarageBand, games like this inspire me, and I learn new ways of making sounds. That's awesome, Frody. What do you use? Do you use just like a MIDI, or do you play guitar? How do you create your music? The music from this game, I was looking through my tabs trying to make it quieter. Yeah, the music is from the yeah, music's from the game. Don't worry. You can set up the chiral network while I work. Wonder what this guy's gonna do. Like, I still don't quite understand what this guy's gonna do with the bomb that I just brought him. Just my iPhone. Hey, you know what? If you're making music and you're loving you're loving it and you're doing what you can, that's what it's all about, Frody. Blow stuff up. Right. We are making our way toward California. Paleontologist has joined. Ooh, oxygen mask. What am I going to do with that? Area is now connected to the chiral network, enabling you to see access structures.
Anyway, as it turns out, Sam Bridges, I have a favor.
Of course you do.
A local porter was on his way here with something very valuable, but dropped it en route. It's a
That's awesome, Maple. I hope that the therapist works out in 6 weeks, and that's really cool that Dan stopped by your stream. He stops by here every once in a while too.
In a boulder field which had previously been hidden beneath a glacier, but that's not the half of it. The man claims this ammonite has an umbilical cord.
Umbilical cord.
Umbilical cord.
An umbilical cord.
The specimen merits study, and I wasn't about to leave such delicate work to
Why is the audio so low right now?
To carve out the whole surrounding chunk of rock and bring it here to me.
Your cat's watching the stream? Well, hello, Anthony's cat. I'm a cat person. Love me cats.
I had him excavate a number of those in addition to the one he told me about. But what does a dumb fuck go and do? He loses the whole shipment. Didn't even have the good sense to mark which container had the ammonite with the umbilical cord.
What a knucklehead.
Lost in the area to the southwest, where toxic gases have a tendency to build up.
Now we know why I need the oxygen mask.
Claims his cargo scanner is broken, and there's no way he can recover the shipment.
Oh, Rosalind, I've been there. Where you'll just cancel all your plans for the day because your cat's laying on you.
Just to be safe. You can pick it up when you accept.
Well, hello to all the cats that are watching me right now.
That fossil could represent an apical discovery. While there are examples of viviparous fish, An ammonite with an umbilical cord is unheard of.
And Dan came in, looked like your head was falling off your body, so I won't say anything. That's awesome. That's so cool, Maple. I'm glad he stopped by for you.
Triassic extinction, another one of the big five. Could the umbilical cord be connected to the beach?
We'll
We must
find out.
recover that cargo at all costs.
Join the Discord. Awesome, Frody. Make sure you go to disclaimers, rules, and FAQs and hit the acknowledgement statement so that you have full access.
So very, very close to grasping the true nature of the phenomenon. Hurry, Sam. We cannot risk that ammonite being lost.
I've decided there's nothing normal about me. So when I teach my human development class, Honey Badger, one of the things that I say in the human development class is that we really ought to get away from using the word normal and use the word common. Because, like, normal is so relative. So I like normal in terms of, like, distributions and numbers and stuff, but normal in terms of human experience is a little bit of a weird term. So prefer when I say, like, oh, my experience is common. Or it happens frequently, or this could be expected, or that kind of thing. I don't know. Normal puts people into this, like, you're either in or out kind of thing. And I think that's unfair to people. Yeah, it's a long message, Frody, but it's there for a reason. Really important. All right, cover. Gonna have to put that gas mask on. Yo, what's up, Uncle Bill? Good afternoon.
An oxygen mask, huh? Good idea. It'll filtrate the air and keep you breathing normally.
I'm glad that she's talking to me instead of Die Hardman.
Protecting you from toxic gases, it'll also help to reduce fatigue. If it didn't have a limited battery life, I'd tell you to keep it on the whole time. But it does, so don't.
Okay. We'll go ahead and make that. I prefer quirky. It's an awesome way of looking at it because I don't even think there's a normal when it comes to people because everyone has something. Might copy that. Seriously, it's a good practice to get into. Just say like, oh yeah, that's common. I mean, you guys will hear me say that frequently where I'll say, oh yeah, that's common. I try to avoid saying normal as much as I can. What's up, Skog? Is anyone really normal? No. I mean, that's the thing is like normal's boring. In my opinion. Like, I think when people say, like, they're really glad that they're normal, I think it's because normal is usually something that's represented well and something that other people have in common. So there are other people who can relate to their experiences. So if you have an uncommon experience, that's usually where it's more difficult for people to relate, and hence why people find that to be distressing.
Thank you for your continued support.
So funny because when I took psych, my professor asked us to define normal without using the word normal. I answered it with a set of society rules that are common and considered respectful expectation in which to be or act. He told me I wasn't allowed to answer anymore. There you go, Wolfer. Well, nice job.
Thank you for your contribution.
All right. Away we go. Sounds like a Radiohead song. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and recycle these really quick. Did you just call me boring? Boring? No, Nine. I would never call you boring. None of you are boring. I don't really understand that saying, to be honest with you, Titan. Who gets to pick the normal? Well, that's the other thing, right? Like, who's privileged enough to be able to define that? K-Girl. Happy weekend, K-Girl. Are you at work or are you at home? Unless you are currently digging a hole, you're not boring. That's excellent, Mother. I love that. Hey, it's a good thing to you, Titan. That's what matters, man.
Thank you for your contribution.
Okay, so about the bannable part, I'm not entirely sure the things I say sometimes because I am myself taking therapy to get better. No, so here's the thing, Frody, like, Insta bans are if you do things that are like, if you say something that is harmful, if there's violence directed towards somebody, like a bannable offense is usually something that's very egregious. I've only ever banned, I think, like 3 or 4 people from the Discord, and that was with something that was really egregious. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. If you have any questions about any of it, honestly, just you can DM me on Discord and I'll answer any questions and clear it up if you want. Really, I just have to have that there so everybody realizes and understands that, like, I am not, this stream is not therapy, and I am nobody's therapist here. So you think calling the therapist for my appointment on Thursday is a good idea, just to let her know what's up and how I'm feeling so she has an idea? Honestly, Zeph, I really appreciate when clients do that. If they give me a heads up and they say, hey, I've got some really important stuff to talk about this week, so I just want to give you a heads up that, like, something really crazy happened and I really need to talk about it. I really appreciate when clients do that, because then I'm ready. Instead of just being like, hey, like, how's it going? And doing all the niceties, we can get right into it. Be like, hey, what's going on? How are you doing? Exactly, Titan. Yeah, sure. But there's no service agreement or anything like that. But yes, if you found the stream to be therapeutic. I'm at home. I work at 11 p.m. to 3 p.m. Are you kidding me? How is that even okay? Like a 14-hour shift? Do you get like multiple breaks? That's insane. I cannot imagine working those kinds of hours, K-girl. Holy cow. Yeah, I take bans in the Discord very seriously. Like, I try to avoid doing that as much as I can. My dog is giving me horrible anxiety. What's going on with your dog, honey? I'm actually working by myself, so I don't get any breaks. That's insane. How's that even allowed? Have you banned a lot of people here, though? I had to do a blanket ban October 2018 because I had a malicious raid come through. But that's the only time I've really ever had to do something like that. But no, I don't. My ban list for the channel is very small. I mean, really, as long as everybody's being, like, you know, respectful and curious and kind and whatever, like, we've talked about some really polarizing stuff in here, and the conversations have gone super well. So I don't really worry too much about this group. Feeling a little lost. Not sure what I'm doing. Not sure how I'm even functioning. It makes sense, Zeph. I mean, that sounds like something really significant happened. So if your system's a little bit shocked, I'd say that's reasonable. So yeah, I mean, if you can give your therapist a heads up about that so that you can really maximize your time when you see your therapist, that's super important, Zeph. Like, I had to cast like a bunch of bans on a whole group of people that had come in when it happened. Michigan doesn't require breaks by law? Wow. That sucks, man. No kidding about the union, right? That's why unions are so useful. Holy crap. My dog bit me yesterday and took a sizable chunk out of my finger. Oh, jeez. Is he old, honey? Don't worry, mother. Your blanket's not banned. I wouldn't do that to you. Okay. So we showered. We are ready to go. It means I have to... Oh, so I have to go down in this ditch with the oxygen mask on. What's up, Roblade? Holy shit, man. Good to see you, dude. Enjoy the lurk, but so great to see your name, man. Hey, get that blanket then, Zeph. Do what you got to do to feel physically comfortable. I'll do what I can do to help you feel mentally comfortable, but yeah. All right. Gas mask going on. I look like an astronaut. Oh, how cool is this? Yeah. All right, here we go. Down to the depths. Oh boy. Yeah, see, that's why rescues are stressful. I mean, I admire people who get rescues and who do rescues of dogs and cats and stuff, but yeah, I mean, it's tough work. Right, people who rescue deserve a lot of credit for what they do, because you never know quite what you're going to get, how the dog's been conditioned, what their responses are going to be. All right. That was easy peasy. I was expecting that to be a lot harder. I once had to mod a charity stream, and the first hour was so toxic, me and the other mod were not allowed to ban anyone. And the people that were allowed weren't there while we were on the front page. I felt so bad for the streamer because they kept getting all that. We couldn't do anything about it. Timeout. Wow, that's intense. 9. Or, yeah, I would have hated that. Is there any place in the lurking corner? I have cookies. You guys can lurk as much as you need to. That's mask. All right, there we go. I don't understand why, like, yeah, like, why would you have mods even present if you weren't allowed to ban? Like, if people were really being malicious, like, why wouldn't you want to sweep them out? I don't quite understand that, but eh. We'll say if I start getting all negative, you're free to time me out. Sometimes I can't control myself, but hopefully as I keep taking therapy, I'll get better. Well, I give you a lot of credit for being in therapy, Frody. That's a huge first start. As I'm sure you'll find out, you do have control. Sometimes it's just hard for us to see it. What's up, Baker? So good to see you. So happy so many of you are hanging out with me on Saturday afternoon. I know this is a weird time. Like, people don't anticipate me being online at this time, so I thought I took what the hell? I thought I took the mask off. Wait a second. What the hell? Oh, equipped. There we go. What's up, Mikachu? Kind of nervous for my therapy, though. I needed to wait a lot of weeks. It sucks that you have to wait so long, Maple. Because, yeah, like the anticipatory anxiety with that is real. This is what the stream is about. These are the rules the streamer wants. This is a song list, but we couldn't even do that because we were busy timing people out. That's intense. Nix, thank you very much for the sub. Good morning to you.
Let me see. I have to see it.
Yes, it does, Maple. I know.
It really is.
It makes a lot of sense why it's making you nervous. Who's this guy streaming at this hour? It's your boy, Nix. How are you this lovely Saturday? Every road to betterment starts with the first step. That's correct, Honey Badger. You can't start a journey without taking your first step. So you got to make them small. And actually, that's part of the issue is a lot of us look at the big picture instead of looking at the small little micro decisions that happen on the way to change. So being able to take those small steps Super important.
And yes, it did indeed include an
I'm currently researching hormones. I've been not the greatest in terms of my emotions myself. I'm on my period, so I want to do some research.
Interestingly, it seems the
Hey,
surrounding strata
do the research you got to do, Katie.
which lines up with
I'm
one of
feeling
the
good. Just got out of the gym, heading to breakfast with some friends. That's awesome, Nix. Appreciate you stopping by.
I'd like you to deliver it to a
Good on you,
colleague,
Zeph.
an evo-devo biologist.
Good decision.
Lately, she's taken an interest in the tar, and I think she'd be eager to examine this particular specimen.
It's quite remarkable, and that's to your credit. To clarify,
Oh
she
man,
has
my
been
eczema is
studying
so
how
bad right
the
now,
tar
you
may
guys.
have influenced
I apologize
the
if I seem
development of
fidgety and
various
itchy.
organisms. Accordingly,
Killing me.
I would ask that you also recover the
Killing me.
deployed near her shelter and deliver them along with the ammonite. It would be too dangerous for her to attempt to retrieve them herself.
Yeah, I know we've talked about this before, K-Girl, but PMDD is no joke. Premenstrual dysphoric disorder, for those who don't know what PMDD is,
Inch closer to
it's
a
something that some women experience
already made so much progress with
where either before or during their period, they experience a significant amount of dysphoria, and it's incredibly distressing. Really strong mood swings. There's usually like significant amounts of like pain, distress, like just it's like whiplash sometimes. Frody, thanks for being here. I look forward to when I get to see you again. It's like PMS on steroids. Yeah, it is nasty for sure. Distraction device. Let's go. Man, things are moving here right now. Yeah, women who have PMDD, like, you want to talk about really horrible periods? It is not fun. It's also something that a lot of physicians, well, at least I think it's getting better, but a lot of physicians will tend to doubt, and they'll just say that the woman's being dramatic about how bad their period is. But it's actually, PMDD is diagnosable. It's in the DSM-5. I've actually made that diagnosis before. What's up, Simu? Also, before I set out on this trip, this is a really good chance for me to say thanks for being here. I give these little acknowledgments every once in a while. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you were just browsing Death Stranding and you're like, hey, this guy looks interesting, I'll pop in and watch him. Thanks for giving me a chance. Good to have you here. Talking with all of you is such a joy. I love it so much. Women with endometriosis and PCOS get doubted by their doctors too. Yeah, it's really, I mean, when you look at the disparity between how women are handled by doctors and how men are handled by doctors, you can see it in the United States, even in just the way things are advertised. If you have erectile dysfunction, you can literally just go to like the Roman, have a physician online say, yep, okay, you've got erectile dysfunction. We'll send you your erectile dysfunction medicine discreetly through the mail. No problem. A woman wants to go and get birth control and talk about how horrible her premenstrual stuff is. It's a freaking nightmare. And you're doubted, and you go through a whole bunch of nonsense. And it's all, you're just being dramatic. It's insane the way that those differences. It drives me, like, every time I see the Roman commercials on TV, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I'd be more okay with that if they also had commercials. They're like, hey, ladies, do you need birth control so that you can keep control of your hormones and so that your life is a little bit easier to navigate throughout the year? Well, call us and we'll have a physician evaluate you and we'll make sure we get it to you through the mail. Crazy. What's up? Look into it. Thanks for the advice on how to contact with a therapist. I had 2 responses already. Awesome. Look into it. You looked into it and it paid dividends. I give you a lot of credit for that. That's awesome. My mom and sister have PMDD and it's hell, especially because they get like super bad anger and out of nowhere they're crying. And I'm over here just like, I can't handle all these emotions because I don't know what the hell is going on. Them being like that and me being on the autism spectrum is a super bad mix. I could imagine it is, Wolfer. That's totally understandable. Oh my God, K-Girl. Jesus Christ. You're a warrior. You mean like diagnosing a woman with hysteria? Oh God. Yeah, that's all. Diagnoses of women throughout history has been just a real shit show. Even my orthopedic specialist is an asshole like that too. Like, F you, dude. Been in pain with my neck since March of last year. I may find another one to talk to. I just got off the phone with the therapist office, left a voicemail. Awesome, Zeph. Good job. You are not. Oh no, Maple. You are certainly not the only person in this community that is on the autism spectrum. There are many, many people in the community that are, and are open about it. So you're definitely not alone in that. I just recently got diagnosed with 4 heart problems. None of them serious, thankfully. I've always had what I called anxiety, but this blood pressure med, all my symptoms are gone. Now I'm wondering how much of what I thought was anxiety was from my heart racing because of my medical condition. That happens, Baker. First of all, I appreciate you sharing that. But yeah, that's kind of the scary part about how like biology and psychology combine. Because yeah, like it's almost like a chicken and egg thing, because if you've got anxiety can increase blood pressure. So then if you have increased blood pressure, you might experience it as anxiety. It's like one of those things where it's hard to tell what's what. But isn't that kind of wild how like something that you've thought has been a certain way for so long can be flipped on its head just because you find out something else? Oh God, yeah, honey, absolutely, yeah. The treatments have been awful too, for sure, for sure. I once got my heartburn under control and confirmed it wasn't a heart issue. My anxiety reduced like 90%. Yep. Fascinating stuff. Well, Asperger's is not actually in the DSM anymore. That got taken out. Now it's just autism spectrum. Although I can't remember if like I don't remember if people who've been diagnosed with Asperger's, if that's something that got like grandfathered in, but oh boy, here we go, y'all. Am I about to fight like a lion or something? Oh man, I have a bad feeling about this. Oh boy. Right, exactly, Simon. It's on this. It's part of the spectrum now. So autism got in the DSM-5, mother. Autism got switched to a spectrum disorder. So there are 3 levels of autism now. I think they go in ascending order. So 1 is basically what we would conventionally refer to as Asperger's, where it's like high functioning, but there's still autism is certainly present. And then you have like level 2, which is like moderate autism, where there might be some language issues. And then you have like level 3, which is basically like non-verbal autism, where you see like really strong behavioral issues and very intense. Yep. Exactly, Maple. It's the same here. Oh, God. Oh, God. Just gonna sneak past you here, Mr. BT. Don't mind me. Thank you for the host, Mikachu. Okay. Here we go. Why do these have to be so scattered? Boy. And here we go. I actually think autism being moved to a spectrum disorder, by the way, is helpful Because a lot of times people would be like, oh, like Asperger's, is that something different? Do I have to be mindful of it? And people would have to be like, no, it's a form of autism. It's just high functioning autism. And it created a lot of complications. So I think the fact that it's now something that is just, it's part of the spectrum, I think is useful from a mental health practitioner standpoint. I have no idea if that's the case, Mother, but oh no, 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 no. Oh my God. That was scary. So high functioning autism, Maple, is essentially where a person still experiences some of the issues that come along with autism, like difficulty reading verbal and nonverbal cues. But generally can engage in social interactions reasonably well, to where they're not going to experience really, really strong and significant issues. They might have something that they're particularly still focused in or hyper focused on. They might have where they might be a savant in some kind of category or something, but for the most part they can interact without the worry of some where more severe autism, people can't read verbal and nonverbal cues. It's incredibly distressing because communication is difficult, if not somewhat impossible, that kind of thing. So that's what high functioning autism means. You can still move through the world relatively I don't want to say normally way, but you can move through the world and the autism itself is not going to necessarily impede your functioning as much as it might somebody who is severely autistic. Because Asperger's is named after a person, honey. That's why. Hey, hate to change the topic, but would you recommend any good books to read or any other resources for someone that struggles with OCD? Zenobie, send me a DM on Discord and I will send you some links. Because I don't have them off the top of my head, but I have a lot of resources for it. So if you send me a DM, I will absolutely send you some resources. Yeah, Maple, that can absolutely be distressing. Where the hell? Instead of having New Year's resolutions, I want to live this year with a motto. Motto for 2020 is: you are loved, you are strong, you are beautiful, you are important. Make sure you can flip that to saying, I also, 9, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am important. No, 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 no. Stay away from me. Fast processing speed can be pretty distressing to people sometimes, Maple, as I'm sure you know. Sometimes it makes it difficult for our emotions to catch up. All right, here we go. What about noise? I struggle with being around people. Disney would have been much more fun for me. Misophonia. Well, misophonia is related to chewing noises, Lori, more than it is just noise sensitivity. Misophonia is specific to that, to chewing and that. Is that what you experience? Or are you talking about just in general loud noises are difficult? What do you mean those? What do you mean, Zeph? Oh God, Lou. I gotta comfort Lou. All right, dude, hold on a second. How do I forget how to hold him. No, don't yell, you idiot. Oh my God, I forget how to hold L1 and then down on the D-pad. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Blue, come on, man. It's all right, buddy. Oh, God. We gotta go. We gotta go. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, no, 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 no. No. God damn it. Yep, that's me. That's misophonia. What misophonia is like, Maple. Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! We're bailing. We're bailing. I refuse to fight this thing. Hold on, Lou. I don't know what happens if Lou. What happens if Lou gets too stressed out? Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! There's a Dr. Ruth for the autism world? Who, Titan? Get out of here. How do you call that? Can somebody write that down so I can do research for that? It's called misophonia. Somebody, can somebody type that to Maple?
Heads up, Sam. Your BB's gone into autotoxemic shock. Without its input, your Ultra deck will no longer react to PTs, so you'll need to be more careful. Head to a private room if you want to restore functionality.
Damn it. Okay, well, at least he doesn't die. I was worried he was gonna die. In the grand scheme of things, I'm feeling unimportant. Well, for whatever it's worth, Zeph, you're important to me, and you're important to this community. I know hearing me say that probably doesn't change what it's like internally, but you do matter. Can't stand hearing people eat. My mate is the only person whose chewing doesn't bother me. So the thing about, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know this about misophonia, misophonia is its own kind of stimulus response. A lot of people mistakenly think that in order to treat misophonia, you have to go send a person into an exposure where you do an exposure hierarchy, but you can't just do that right away. First, you have to help the person's brain associate pleasurable sound with chewing, because the brain's wiring toward the chewing is got its own response, and the exposure does not actually help unless you do that first. It makes it worse. And I'll add the so am I. Yeah, that's good. Good on you, 9. It's like when I say you matter, your experiences are valid, and don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. I also have to say I matter, my experiences matter, and I won't tell anybody otherwise. That's why I always say when I do the motto, make sure you say it to yourself in addition to saying it with me. Can I say that to the therapist? Absolutely, Maple. You can say just about anything to a therapist. Misophonia has nothing to do with miso soup. No, it does not. Unless a person's chewing whatever's in their miso soup and distressed by it. Now I'm playing Death Stranding. Wasn't planning on playing it today, but watching you play it made me play it. It's a great game. But it's not diagnosed. You'd have to have somebody diagnose it for you, Maple. I don't think misophonia is an official diagnosis in the DSM. But I don't know for sure. So don't quote me on that.
Delivering cargo.
How can you do that? You have to go to a therapist, Maple. A therapist who has the license that's able to make a diagnosis, which I don't know in the Netherlands what the terminal degree for that kind of thing is, but you would have to get it diagnosed by a professional. You can't diagnose yourself. You could say I'm experiencing some of the symptoms of this thing, but then a person's going to have to do some level of assessment on it. So I need to wait for that. You do, Maple. Yep. What's up, DMZ?
Now, connect me to the Chiral network.
You got it.
That's where my studies will truly begin.
What's the terminal degree it states to diagnose? Master's degree. I can diagnose anything in the DSM. but it's kind of got to be within my purview. So like I don't work with super severe psychosis, individual psychosis, but like I can diagnose bipolar, you know, generalized anxiety, all those things. If it's in the DSM, I'm able to diagnose it with a proper assessment. I can't just be like, yeah, sure, you got bipolar. I have to actually do some level of systemic assessment on it, but master's degree. There you go, mother. Do you diagnose yourself as within the buff? In the buff can be a pretty nasty, debilitating experience. And in fact, I'm really avoidant of in the buff.
Thank you.
I'm a kink therapy consultant.
I am convinced that the tar is related to the BTs.
Are you really, honey?
After all, both it and timefall are the defining features of the post-stranding ecosystem.
Oh.
Sudden environmental changes such as these invariably lead to the extinction of organisms that fail to adapt. Those that do adapt do so by virtue of enhancers, the regions of DNA that grant successful organisms their advantages. These genetic factors are the key to evolution. But there are genes which have the opposite effect, those which disadvantage organisms. Extinction factors, as they have been called. These are the seeds of advancement and obsolescence.
Yeah, no kidding, Skog.
May lie dormant within us all.
Deadman could wear a fuzzy pink one.
For every being since the
I want mine to be made out of foam.
If so, then ancient proof may hide deep within the tar.
I gotta be honest with you, I'm pretty uninterested with this whole like finding the crap in the tar thing.
In any event, thanks to you, I can now study the composition of the tar in greater
Blah
detail.
blah.
I'll make sure to share any interesting results with you later.
Great. I hope they're interesting.
Well done, Sam. You furthered our research into the Death Stranding in ways you cannot imagine. Thank you again for bringing me Mama's body, as well as that ammonite. Speaking of which,
See you, 9.
my analysis of its umbilical cord is proceeding apace. I've been comparing the data against some of our restored archives. Anyway, would you mind returning to my lab? Preparations are finally complete for the chiral relay integration. If you could collect the necessary materials for the restoration work and bring them here, I would be most grateful.
Sure thing, Hartman. I'll do it all for you, because that's apparently...
Good work.
I like the, you know, the whole metaphor of me carrying so much shit
For further information.
for everyone. That's just what I do. Live fish. Well, sure, Hartman. Why don't I go ahead and bring you some live fish? Hot man Hartman. He's our man. Especially since we just learned all these cool hints about Clifford. So now we're all curious about him. Right! And it's like, hey, nah, let's go ahead and, like, waste your time with this. Oh, this is destroyed. Okay. I guess I'll have to make a new one. No wonder my walking around has been a pain in the ass.
Order assigned.
Go ahead and fabricate a all-terrain. Ooh, let's go ahead and do some boots and an all-terrain skeleton. Wear those. Equip. Beautiful. All right. Recycle all-terrain skeleton. And Bridges boots. And okay. Good enough. All right. I need a shower.
Delivering.
You know? You're welcome, Bridget.
Continued support.
Okay.
Thank you for
Let's roll out. After I spray myself down. All right. And then why don't we go ahead and pee?
Thank you for everything, Sam.
And okay, so up to Hartman's lab, which means I gotta go this way. Yay. I gotta spray myself down with some Axe body spray. Kilo, so I can get all the babes when I get to Hartman's lab. Honestly, that's what Frody, I spent a whole bunch of time just walking around delivering stuff. Like, I just love delivering things in the game. I don't even need to progress the story to be happy.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
All right, now let's pee. Does the snow turn yellow? I really hope it does. Oh, it melts. Well, that's cool. You have to make a vapor cloud and walk through it. Is that the official way? Mother, no wonder I didn't get any girls in middle school. I was doing it all wrong. I needed you. Did that mushroom just grow from me peeing? Okay, oh, whatever. Write your name. It's really hard to control him while that's happening. Wait, why can't I enter the private room? Alright, well, whatever. Not gonna worry about it. To Hartman! A roommate of mine used to use it, and he said it was how it was supposed to be done, and I questioned why the flat was smelling awful. Yeah. What the hell? What the hell? Yeah, Axe is a little bit too pungent. If you could, it wouldn't be private now, would it? You're absolutely right, Vonage. Oh, I have a time limit on this order? Is it because of the fish? Holy shit, I was not expecting boulders to fall down. By the way, good to see you, Vonage. I ain't got Lou. Lou can't help me. Sorry, Lou. I let you down, buddy. Are avalanches a common occurrence in this game or something? I used to wear the Kilo Axe body spray all the time, by the way, speaking of Axe, when I was in middle school. Thought I'd get girls. I bought into the marketing hype. It was dumb. Little 12-year-old me was like, oh my God, I could get girls if I wear this. Girls really like the way that guys smell. And then I used the like Old Spice pheromone whatever shampoo, thinking that that was going to attract girls. I was a lame 12-year-old, man. I was doing my best, but oh my God. As if this couldn't be any more dangerous of a job. We gotta go just straight. Oh no, I gotta go to the right. Hartman's lab is up over this ridge, apparently. Or like repellent? You're not kidding, Nighthawk. I just be like, I don't understand. Why don't girls like how I smell? We get done with gym, and just all the guys just spraying themselves with Axe body spray. Oh man, guys, I'm gonna get so many babes today. They love the way I smell. No 12-year-olds have any game. Yeah, right. Oh, God. Okay, we're good. Every 12-year-old is awkward. It's true. Middle school was a nightmare. Like, my sister wanted to teach middle school, and I was just like, I don't understand why you would want to do that. Why would you want to be around that? Middle school is just it's just a cesspool of hormones and awkwardness and and various amounts of development. Oh man, it's just like, what a nightmare. More music. I love it. Is there anybody here who ever got wooed by the smell of Axe body spray, where you smelled it and you were like, yeah, I'm totally gonna make out with that guy? Crushed garlic and chopped serranos, finally rubbing the mixture into your face? You know what, mother? To each their own. Where were you when I needed you in middle school, man? Remember several years ago when I was with my college ex, I literally smelled this douche from the block away because the amount of Axe body spray he used. Oh my God. I get headaches with fragrances like colognes and perfumes and stuff. So anytime I'm going to have a headache when I'm by you because I cannot take the way you smell, I'm not into it. What's up, Bucky? Ask away, man. No, my brother basically layered on the floor of his room with it. Ugh. You smell like my brother. Oh, middle school me's nightmare. I hate strong smells too, Frody. Absolutely hate them. That's why when we were having the issue with the incense and cigarette smoke coming into our unit, we were not happy. I'm making up my mind to not decide. I'm lucky at my school they ban sprays. That's nice. We had an issue where people were throwing stink bombs in the hallways when I was in high school too, which was pretty hilarious. EU friendly stream indeed, Pitstick. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Honestly, it's one of those things that's tough. Like as a therapist, I'm often afraid of that. Of like, what happens if I get like a new client who wears really pungent cologne where I can't handle it and I get headaches? Like I'm gonna have to tell them. One of those things where like you feel bad about it. Like, hey man, like I know you're trying to just smell good and stuff, but like I can't. I don't think I can see you if I have to keep smelling this. What was the senior prank? We didn't do one, Titan. At least we didn't do one that I know of. There's this one lady last year that came to meet without HR manager. She smelled like she had bathed in perfume. Our HR manager went into a closed door meeting with her. I asked her later how she managed not to gag. Some people have a really high tolerance for that stuff, and I don't quite understand it. Just came back from working out, so I'll be feeling well for the next couple of hours. Well, I'm really glad you're going to be feeling well for a few hours and that you're hanging out with us, Pitstick. If the depression comes back and it leads to suicidal thoughts that lead to you wanting to act on them, please call 911 or go to an emergency room. I gotta say that. But I'm glad you're here and I'm glad you're feeling well right now. My office is not well ventilated at all. I'm a retail pharmacist. I was told recently I need to improve my demeanor and smile more at work. This caught me off guard because I'm very nice to customers. Not sure how to handle it mentally. How can I keep that in mind? I need to behave differently. Bucky, what's your gender identity? Because if it's female, that was an especially shitty thing for a person to say.
Thank you for your continued support.
Who were you told by? Like, were you told by a manager or were you told by just somebody who like was a customer? Like that, I have lots of questions, Bucky. Is it shallow of me that I only want to see female therapists? Not at all. Look into it. It honestly, whatever your preference is for a therapist, it's fine. Like you got to be comfortable. The most important thing is that you're going to therapy. So if you need to see a woman, fine. If you need to see somebody who looks a certain way, fine. If you need somebody at a certain age, it's fine. It's like when I do the Find Me a Therapist segments, I really emphasize that you need to be honest with yourself in terms of what your preferences are. We're just gonna hang out in the jacuzzi here for a minute while we chat. My class took a Taco Bell sign and put it on the school. Apartment's house construction is weird. It is. Look at this. We get to listen to some music, just chill in the bath. This is nice, man. All right, so is this jacuzzi officially soup now? I'm a male. I found it easier to open up to females for some reason, so my therapist is female. That's totally fine. I'm actually very similar. I prefer to have a female therapist if I can. I'm a male. My regional manager woman told me the pharmacy staff has noticed I'm coming off as unfriendly to customers. I don't quite agree. That's interesting. I mean, honestly, Bucky, maybe work with some of those people. Be like, hey, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Can you guys help me understand? I always think that kind of feedback is somewhat annoying when you aren't given specifics about how to rectify that behavior. I mean, behavioral change takes a long time, Bucky. Like, you're basically going to have to really focus on it and be super cognizant of it more than you otherwise would if behavioral change is going to happen. I mean, that's just kind of how behavioral change works. It's not as easy as people make you think it is. I prefer female therapists. No offense to men. No, it's totally fine, Titan. Being told your coworkers feel you're not friendly enough is such an impossible situation. It is. It's tough. Like, oh, you don't seem like you're being nice. Like, that's so subjective. Like, if you were getting... So, like, here's the thing is, like, if you were getting feedback from customers, like, on the receipts or on the surveys or whatever, and it was like, oh, yeah, like, this person was really unfriendly, and I didn't appreciate what they said to me, and they had very specific feedback, that would be one thing. But just to be told that, like, oh, you don't really seem to have a good demeanor, fix that. Shitty advice. So I'd say whoever's telling you that, talk to them about how you might improve it, and then work with them to help them recognize that, like, this is going to take some time because I'm not used to this. Especially if you feel like you're being kind. I just emailed 2 more mental health professionals. Awesome.
In reclaiming our past,
all right, here we go.
Covered a number of vital clues.
A little story for us.
Don't worry, I just got back. We have time. When you met with Mama, you experienced a strong antigen-antibody reaction, correct?
There was a BT in the room.
There was, but something else may have been causing it. I've discovered large quantities of chiral matter in Mama as well. Not just the usual kind that collects on our skin or on our suits. It's in all her cells. Cells that are no longer active. The BT you encountered there was special. It was her child, but also her own soul. Somehow, her Ka and Ha failed to separate. They must have remained connected through the umbilical cord. It's the only explanation.
Is that why I didn't get a bruise where she touched me?
Yes, and there's more.
10 seconds to cardiac arrest.
But I have to die.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I modified the log times. Headquarters will have no record of what we say. Look, a message from Dead Man. It came with the umbilical cord.
Sam, I'm sorry. You deserve to know what you were carrying. But I couldn't risk Die Hardman finding out about the case. So I had no choice but to keep it off the books. You've got to keep this between us. We still don't know if the director can be trusted. The umbilical cord was taken from Bridget Strand. I removed it.
Whoa.
The cord wasn't attached to a fetus. It was outside her body.
Bridget Strand's my mom.
She asked me to take care of it. Said it was the key to unlocking the Death Stranding. But she insisted that I never tell the director. The cord shows no sign of decomposition or necrotization.
Shiny. You're getting paid
Almost
today.
as if it's
Thank you, Laurie. It was very kind of you.
I thought Hartman might be able to make sense of it. So I had it hidden with your cargo at Mountain Knot City.
Deadman's observations were accurate. It's just like Mama's corpse.
What do you mean?
I mean, they share a very unique property. Both contain large amounts of chiralium in their cells. In other words, the president's cord was somehow connected to the beach, and that allowed it to escape the flow of time. I've put together the bones of a theory. It's patchy, but worth sharing, I think.
Okie dokie.
Life on Earth has been rocked by many extinctions, great and small, including the Big Five. And if you examine the Earth's strata, its history, if you will, you'll find chiralium deposits that can be dated to each. What if the manifestation of beaches and other associated phenomena correspond to extinction-level events?
You mean?
Yes. Our Death Stranding could just be the latest of many. The records and research you helped us to recover strongly suggest that we are in the middle of the 6th extinction.
6th extinction? Come on.
You know what this is, yes?
A frozen mammoth from 10,000 years ago.
Correct. And this?
The Iceman from 5,300 years ago.
They both had the same umbilical cords.
Bullshit.
Humor me. What if the mammoth and the Iceman weren't frozen?
You're saying time stopped for them just like it did for Mama?
Unfortunately, all these specimens were lost in the Death Stranding, so there's no way to examine the genuine articles, but some fragments of data did survive. With the aid of the Chiral network, we may be able to piece together something more concrete using Evo-Devo tech. All right, how's this? A dinosaur from 65.5 million years ago. Umbilical cord, not decomposed.
Only mammals have umbilical cords.
No. Only mammals have umbilical cords used for childbirth. This is something else. Call it a strand from the other side. I propose that mammalian umbilici are a sort of mimesis of the strand that then evolved over time. We shouldn't assume that everything about a Death Stranding is detrimental to life. Trilobites, ammonites,
Who came up with this?
dinosaurs, the mammoth, the Iceman, all preserved as if frozen in time, all without exception, found with strands, which is to say that all may have been connected to the beach. And this, when viewed in the context of the extinction entity, EE theory, leads me to surmise that organisms with strands are in fact extinction entities. You see, Sam, EEs are connected to the beach via their strands, and it is through this connection that they somehow bring about a Death Stranding.
So you're saying Bridget was an extinction entity?
It's far too soon to say anything for certain, and since you burned her body, we may never know.
Higgs said Amelie's an EE, that she doesn't have dooms like the rest of us.
Sam, think. Assume that President Strand was an EE. Isn't it possible that her daughter is too? At the very least, Higgs may hope as much now that the president is unavailable.
So he kidnaps her for EE powers or whatever to cause a mass extinction.
Has to be the bowl, man.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. I doubt a single EE is powerful enough to cause a Death Stranding, assuming Amelie is an EE.
Well, Higgs sure thinks she's got what it takes.
Indeed. And we need to get her back as soon as possible.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Ah, this one is real. Sam, go west.
Go west.
How do you want me to handle Die Hardman?
With your customary reserve. Nothing good will come of him learning of our suspicions. Whatever else is going on, we still need the Chiral network.
Right.
So I wasn't totally wrong that Die Hardman's bad.
Activating lab security measures. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is my opinion on legal weed in Illinois? I hate the smell of weed, so I really hope I don't have to smell it where I'm at. But I will say I smelled a lot of weed on my walk to work yesterday. I don't know. I'm fine with it. I'm not... I'm glad that Illinois is doing it the right way, and they're expunging records, and they're taking the revenue and they're putting it into like Chicago public schools and stuff. Like, I think Illinois is doing it the right way, because there's a lot of people jailed for something that is now legal, which I think is ridiculous. So, Wolfer, thank you for gifting those 2 subs. That was incredibly kind of you.
Keep on keeping on.
I hate the smell of weed. I have actually never used weed. Never used weed. You can tell just by the way I said that. I have never smoked, eaten any of that, but I don't have any problem with it. I'm fine with people using it. You hate the smell of weed, or do you hate the smell of bad weed? Great question, Jared. I have no idea. I wouldn't even know how to differentiate the two. I hope so too, goof off. Although actually, our building is sealing off our apartment. They came in today to do an evaluation of how to seal it off, so hopefully that helps as well. Take a new order from Sam at Hartman's lab. I don't mind the smell of weed so much, but I also don't mind skunk cabbage, so I'm weird.
And begin work.
I hate the smell of skunk, and it smells like skunks.
Once it's ready, use the Cupid to bring it online. The necessary materials are prepped for you.
Thanks, Die Hardman.
Supplies are limited, so handle them with care.
I'm guessing it's going to go federal sooner than later, Bucky.
All things considered, this might be one of your hardest runs to date.
Nah.
Hartman knows more about the site than I do, so he'll take it from here. It's about time for his wake-up call anyway.
Liquid THC? Like, drank it?
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Ooh, that's a really good question, K-Girl. If they are using it recreationally, I would not see them. If it was apparent that they were under the influence in such a way that it was inhibiting their cognitive capacity. If the person has a medical card for it, and they are, like, they have to use it as part of a regimen for whatever it might be that they're using it for, that's a bit more of a gray area, and it would depend on a case-by-case basis, but probably yes. What it really comes down to in this case, now that it's legal, is does that person have the cognitive capacity to engage in therapy in the way that they need to be able to engage in therapy? If they can't, then I have to turn them down. But I will not. I have to turn clients away if they are tipsy or drunk. But yeah, people being under the influence, like, it's the same thing. It's like with painkillers. Like, if you've been prescribed painkillers and you're under the influence of painkillers, I have to make an evaluation of whether the person is able to engage in discussions in a way that I can ethically provide therapy. If I can't ethically provide therapy given their current mind state, then I have to end the session or not see the person and turn them away. Yes, I'd have to cancel the session if a client shows up drunk, Skog. I will not see somebody under the influence of alcohol. It's about the ability to do therapy. It's not about the smell. I would not turn a person away because of the smell. It would just be if I might talk to them about that and say, hey, I'm really sensitive to smells, but no, it wouldn't be for the smell. It's whether I can actually ethically conduct therapy or not. Wouldn't see them while high or wouldn't take them as a client as all. I wouldn't see them while high, Coder. But again, it depends on the use of the person's weed. If it's recreational, then it's easier for me to say, you know what, I can't see you if you smoke or whatever before you come in, because I need you to I need to be able to conduct therapy with you where you're not under the influence. If a person can hide it and I can't tell and I don't know, that's one thing. If the person is very overtly under the influence, then I have to do something about that. But no, I wouldn't abandon somebody just because they're smoking. If they continually showed up to sessions under the influence, we might have to talk about the nature of our relationship, though.
Right. About that way station. The site we have chosen...
But these are some of the unintended consequences of making something like weed legal, where now all of a sudden we have to think about these things where you don't have to before.
Candidate for the way station we lost to the tar belt. Ironically, we suspended construction because we deemed it a little too unstable and not worth the risk.
Welcome back, Nine.
This time, it's our best shot. So let's hope we weren't right to change horses.
Still a no for me, dog. Mother.
Fortunately for us, the
Still
foundation
can't.
we laid down is still intact. All you have to do is transport the necessary materials to the site and finish.
People have to have their faculties enough that they can engage in the therapeutic process in the same way that I do. I can't show up to a session high. I can't show up to a session under the influence of alcohol. That's not ethical on my end. And it's because I can't conduct therapy reasonably. It's the same. It's a similar standard for clients. All right. Repair the chiral relay. We're going way down southwest. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna pack a container repair spray. I'm gonna pack a non-lethal assault rifle just in case. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and make 2. Carry it on my back. Oh, Lord. This is gonna be interesting. Oh, boy. I'm gonna have to make a power suit. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Floating carrier might be a good idea. You're probably right, Rad. What's up, dead body? Good to see the last few minutes of daylight. It is. I agree. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, Lori, if you're going to post a link, make sure that you give me a heads up. Floating carrier level 2. Yeah, let's go. Let's go ahead and do that. What's the link, Lori? Because I can give you a permit. Okay, floating carrier. Okay, floating carrier. Attach carrier. Open cargo menu. And let's go ahead and put the relay units on that. Beautiful. Then let's go ahead and auto arrange and confirm. Here we go. By the way, if your UK viewership gets any bigger, you're going to have to pick a Premier League team. I already have one, Jared. It's Chelsea. Has been for a long time. I need a torque spit to do some work on my car, a size I don't have. I was going to drive to Lowe's to get it, but I don't need it right now, so I ordered it from Amazon. Now I don't have to go outside and be social. There you go, Derp, and you can hang out here. What's up, Caitlin? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Shut up, Jared. I'm not rooting for that trash Arsenal. Who do you think I am? All right, let's go. I think you're a Liverpool guy? Nah. Nah. Chelsea, baby. I loved John Terry when I was growing up. And Didier Drogba. Doing pretty good. Just got home from work for the day. Well, hey, kick back, relax, and hang out with us, Caitlin. I'm glad to have you on board. All right, here we go. Wow, what is up with the audio today? It's like fluctuating between super loud and super quiet. What are the differences between therapists, psychiatrists, and psychologists? I know a therapist can't prescribe medication, but that's about all I know. So a couple and family therapist like I am, Nighthawk, is trained to work with relationships. So a lot of my training included working with couples and families, includes systemic theories, which, by the way, if you're new here, I'm going to be doing lecture plan nights on Wednesday nights starting January 15th. So you'll learn about some systemic theories because I teach a graduate level class about systemic theories. So we're going to, like, we know about that stuff. So I work with relationships, couples, space between people. I can diagnose, but I generally don't work with like severe psychosis. I'm more relationally oriented. I'm always thinking about a person's system, even if I'm working with an individual. Psychologist is usually trained in assessment. They work a little bit more through the DSM. They do a lot more with diagnoses. They are paying more attention to the brain. Like they get a lot more training as how the brain works and psychological concepts like that. They often engage in like abnormal psychology. They work with severe psychosis, stuff like that. A psychiatrist is somebody who has a medical degree who is not only trained on deep like psychosis and neurobiology, but they also have the ability to prescribe medication, which is why if you get psychotropic medication, you either have to go to a general practitioner or a psychiatrist. So psychiatrists actually have to go to med school. Social workers are people who work more down in the trenches. They help people get resources. They do a lot of case management. They do a lot of coordination with schools and other therapists, that kind of thing. If Victoria was here, she could tell you all about that. But those are sort of the main basic differences between mental health practitioners. They are, Rosalind, I know. Sorry, back. A nurse from the therapist just called and wanted to know what was happening, let her know what was up. Just sitting here crying. Nurse told me if I feel any worse, panic to call an ambulance. Well, make sure you do that if you need to, Zeph. What they have to say is important about that. Nice, Frody. It's awesome. How do you know which one you need? So if you are wanting, I always recommend seeing couple and family therapists. I'm also biased. Even if you're an individual, because they're going to be thinking about you in your context. They're not just going to be thinking about like your specific like neurobiology. The way that like the metaphor that we always use is, or the simile or whatever you want to call it is, psychologists see the trees, marriage and family therapists see the forest. So if you want somebody who's going to take more into account your systemic context, you're going to want to go marriage and family therapist. But you can't really go wrong necessarily with a psychologist. Also, if you know that there are other people involved in the issue that you may want to bring into therapy with you, couple and family therapist is the way to go. If you're trying to get more in touch with resources, then a social worker is going to be a good way to go. And if you think that something really severe is going on and you need medication, a psychiatrist is going to be the way to go, but oftentimes you have to get a referral to a psychiatrist. You can't just go straight to a psychiatrist. But yeah, so for example, if somebody calls me and says, hi, I'm seeking therapy and here's what for, and I ask some questions and it seems like I'm probably not going to be a good fit, I will tell them that and say, I think you probably want to find a clinical psychologist, or I think you're going to want to talk to a psychiatrist. Like I've had people call me before and say, "Hey, I'm trying to figure out how to manage my medications. I have bipolar and I'm trying to navigate all of this stuff." And I will usually say, "I'm not your guy, but let me find either like a psychiatrist or a general practitioner that I can refer you to that can help you with med management." There's not really like a such thing as just a therapist, Nighthawk. I say like I'm a therapist just because it's a little bit easier for me, but like I'm technically a couple and family therapist. But I tend to think that a couple and family therapist is trained to work with the widest variety of things that a person can bring in, and they have the added knowledge of how to work with in a systemic context if that's ever needed. But more than anything else, you need to work with somebody who you have a good fit with. And sure, Skog, that's a good comparison. Ooh, a little bubbly, huh? Cheers, Clifford. Hi, Warped. I hope you're having a good day, too. Our little secret. What, is he about to give me wine?
I got my hands on something special. I might make a test somewhere you rolled them.
I'm glad you're here, too, Caitlin.
A toast?
Toast?
To Lisa.
Lisa.
And to you. Not bad.
You know, when people say things aren't bad, they don't really give a good descriptor of what it actually is. They're just saying what it is. Just saying. From a linguistic standpoint. Like, tell me more, man. Alright. Here we go. Going on a long trek down to the southwest. Is this way. I wonder if timefall could be used strategically in agriculture. You could age your crop from the harvest in that day. That's not a bad idea, Skog. Not a bad streamer, right? But you haven't told anybody what I am. You've just told me what I'm not. I'm finally getting tired enough to sleep before work, so I'm going to go. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Well, thanks for being here, Wolfer. I'm glad that you're going to get some sleep. I hope you sleep well. Ooh, Zeph, I like that mod on the bubbly can. That's excellent. You like my sunglasses? Hell yeah. I'm a mule. I don't understand why they call the bad guys mules. I feel like I'm a mule carrying all this shit around. Holy crap, Saimu, how did you do that? Crushed can. I love it. And you have that as I actually finished mine. If I could do the like bash this against my head, I would do it, but I can't. So there's a squash emote mod. That's so cool. Nice that there's this little trail here for me. That's convenient. I'm not going to smash the can on my head. I would end up cutting my hand. I'd give myself a headache. It would be really stupid. So yeah, definitely not going to do that. This is for all the gigolos and juggalettes. I just got bubbly on my hat and my shirt. It was great. For anybody who understood that reference, good on you. The way to smash your can on your head is to move your hand off screen, grab the pre-crushed can, and pretend you're doing it. This has been Stream Tips from Mother Fox. You're so smart. Ever pictured you as a juggalo even in a past life? I am not a juggalo. But that guy cracks me up. What kind of music do you enjoy? I have a massive, massive love for John Mayer pit stick. In fact, I have 4 John Mayer tattoos. I know it's a little bit weird, but whatever. But I really like depressing acoustic singer-songwriter stuff. I also like new like retro synth pop kind of stuff that's coming through, like the Midnight. If anybody's ever heard of the Midnight is by far my favorite band that I've discovered in the last 2 years. Let's see. I've been listening a lot to like the band Camino, the Midnight, John Mayer. Blaney, the 1975. But I also like metal. Like I like Iron Maiden a lot. I like a lot of... I can tell you what I don't like. I do not like country. I don't like bluegrass. I don't like any of that stuff. I do like smooth jazz.
Hey, you're gonna love this.
Kaiser Kaizen. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. What a great name. It's a fun name to say. The band Camino is excellent, Coder. I got to see them in concert. They opened for the Dangerous Summer back before they were anything. And it was really cool. And then we saw them at the House of Blues again a couple months ago, and it was fantastic. They're much bigger. I do like classical music as well, Nine, but I don't listen to it very often. But I appreciate it whenever it's on. Do you like Bon Iver? I do love Bon Iver. Jared, are you kidding? I do. Have you listened to
you're gonna love
Volcano Choir? It's one of his side projects. Also, The Big Red Machine is a side project as well. If you haven't listened to those, Jared, you might like them if you like Bon Iver. Whitney is really good. For anybody here who likes Whitney, I'm in Texas, but I don't like classic country. What about stuff like Cowboy Troy or type of rock country? Absolutely not, goof off. Absolutely not. I like pretty much anything except country. And that pop country crap that's out now, garbage, in my opinion. I appreciate that people like it. I'm not going to shit on it too much, but it is not for me. But yeah, metal is great. But if you go on my Last FM, John Mayer blows. I've listened to more John Mayer than like everything else combined. Really bad. My mom said something that really rubbed me the wrong way. She basically implied that all psychologists, psychiatrists, and therapists are talking you crazy. She knows I'm in therapy, but like, how can I change her opinion on that? 9, I say this all the time on stream. We can't do much to change other people's opinions. We can only pay attention to ourselves and how we want to interact with people who hold the opinions that they hold. So, in general, if somebody ever says something like that to me, 9, what I say is, if that person's not going to move, then it may be time to be more clear about some boundaries you're going to have with that person around talking about it if they're not willing to see it in the way that you would like them to. But I also will say that a lot of times that comes from an internalized sense of stigma, and that being curious about their position on that can be helpful. But like, if that's something that's causing you harm, I don't know that it's necessarily worth engaging. But changing her opinion, I mean, it's so hard to change people's opinions, 9. I would have to know your mom in order to be able to answer that. But you could talk about your experience, how it's a big deal for you, how it's helped you in certain ways, that kind of thing. I will say that the idea that therapists want to talk people crazy so that they keep themselves employed is a ridiculous notion and is absolutely not true. I have absolutely no interest in making sure that my clients feel like shit so that they keep coming to see me. There will always be people to come see me if I have certain clients that feel better and terminate therapy. I do like Ed Sheeran a lot, Zeph, yes. I don't like his rap stuff, though. Is grunge still a thing? I don't know. All right, honey. Have a good one. It was good to see you. I'm so glad you were able to stop by today. The Midnight looks like something Lowbro would use in his stream. Dude, Coder, the Midnight are awesome. And I saw them live a couple months ago in Chicago, and it was amazing. They are so good. I cannot recommend them enough. Exactly, mother. Are there a few shady car mechanics that ruin it for everyone? Yes. Are there a few shady therapists that ruin it for everyone? Yes. But in general, therapists are looking out for you. I didn't get into this job. I didn't start being a therapist so that I could make people feel like shit. And I don't know any therapist that got into this field so that they can make sure people feel like shit so that they keep seeing them. It's a ridiculous notion. So ideally, I need a therapy version of a dealer so I know I'm getting ripped off, but also know my car is getting fixed. Yeah, there you go, mother. You say some stuff that I just adore and would never think to say myself, mother. One of my favorite games to play with people as an icebreaker is if you were stranded on an island and I only gave you one album to listen to for the rest of your life. What album would you take? What's up, Mr. Apathy? Welcome in. And welcome to anybody else who might have been browsing Death Stranding and happened to just stumble upon my stream and has given me a chance. I'm glad that you're here as well. And I appreciate you giving me a chance and hanging out with us, even if it's just lurking. Is Wapiti the way that I say that? If you could spell that phonetically for me, I would appreciate it so that I could say it correctly, but... Yes, Mr. Wapiti. Cool. All right, I got it. That was perfect. Beautiful. I'll start with the album thing. My favorite album of all time that I would bring on a desert island with me if I got stranded on it would be Heavier Things by John Mayer. Queen album, but I don't know any on the top of my head. Not bad. Oh God, I'm going through Mule Country? Oh boy. Good thing I've got this bad boy. Lock and Load. Linkin Park Hybrid Theory, solid choice. I could get down with that. Do we have something to play the album on? It'll play in an iPod that is got forever battery. Let's go. Pink Floyd's Division Bell. That's a solid album too. I love me some Pink Floyd. Wish You Were Here is my favorite Pink Floyd album, but it's so short. That would be a difficult one for me because I'd only get to listen to a few songs over and over. Headshot. Oh, wait. So headshots are actually a thing in this. Oh, God. Do I need an oxygen mask? Oh, I do. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Hold on. Well, Zeph, if you need to take a rest... by all means, do it. Get out of here. Oh my God, this is intense. Okay, Hardman wasn't kidding about this being a pain in my ass. Oh no! You assholes, stay away from me. Stay away from me and my cargo. Don't revive him. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Attach. Let's roll. Oh, that's Zeph. By all means, do that. It does give your age a little bit, mother, but that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being old. I'm not ageist. I could listen to Whitney's Light Upon the Lake until the end of time. It's a solid album. Back to work now? Bummer. Well, I'm glad you stopped by, Warped. Good music is still good music years later. It is indeed. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. Here we go. She collects a lot of stuff and just makes it so I don't want to visit as often because the whole house is so dirty and it raises my anxiety. Yeah, it sounds like it calls for some boundaries. 9, it's a bummer, right? It's a bummer when we have people in our life that it would be useful for them to see a therapist and they don't do it for whatever reason. Boom. Man, I'm a badass postman. I wonder if like what any postal workers think about this game and playing it. Like, man, I wish my job was like this. Oh yeah. Sniper shot there. Hey, Shadowy Hell. How are you doing today? This game isn't about purgatory for a postal worker? I don't know. You'd have to ask a postal worker, I guess. All right, on we go. Come on. Keep going. The old school postal workers would love it. The new age ones would be shocked. Do you deliver mail in the rain in this game? Back in my day, I didn't have a floaty cart to put parcels on. This is postal worker hell, where you got to carry around an assault rifle because rogue terrorists keep chasing you because they want whatever it is you're bringing. You're carrying thermonuclear warheads on your back. Pony Express, minus the pony. Before this game, I never realized how much effort UPS puts into delivering. The fact FedEx attacks them at every turn, I already knew, though. What's up, Wizzy? Yeah, the war between UPS and FedEx is one that will go on. It'll stand the test of time. Good evening, Bonnie. Oh, more music. Give me that music. Love it. Wait, is Bart-tastic in here and I missed it? A friend said I was showing my age by talking about Tom Green's Bum Bum song. My bum is on the rail. My bum is on the rail. I got some age, dead body. We're good. Happy New Year, Floatal. Do you have any more cutscenes? I did with Hartman, Bonnie. I show up in chat and about 20 high school people come out of the woodworks. Next level trust is you. Yeah, I've been thinking about downloading it too, Rosalind. It's so good. All strategically blocking each other until one. Gotta love petty fights between delivery services. And then DHL just comes in with a battering ram. Oh man, this music is so good. Oh man, California's not looking great. My birthday was the 2nd and I'm 33, I think.
You should be nearing the old building site. Look for the terminal and submit your materials for processing.
Boy, nothing quite like Die Hardman to ruin the music. I wonder if they make him annoying on purpose so that everybody is annoyed by him at the end and doesn't feel so bad about the fact that he's not great. Is there any city in this game? Like, it seems so rural. No, because they all got destroyed, Titan. So they're all underground. There was kind of a city in the very beginning when I was in Washington, D.C., but it's mostly blown apart due to the Death Stranding. Amen, Bonnie. This song kind of reminds me of Detroit. I can see that. Maybe if Die Hardman would have chosen a cooler name. Finally managed to catch your stream. How have you been? How did you spend the New Year? We spent New Year's Eve watching The Joker and Batman, and Dark Knight. Let me try that again. We spent New Year's Eve watching Joker, and then we watched Dark Knight. I had a beer. She had a mimosa. It was great. Spent New Year's Day not doing much of anything. But I've been doing really well, Bart. I hope you've been doing well too, but how have you been doing? Not much, not most of memory I've wrecked in brain since 87. Well, we'll go with your 33. Sam is pretty lonely out here. He talks to himself. Maybe Die Hardman just wants to be supportive. I like that frame, Wizzy. Maybe that is the case. Have you seen Rise of Skywalker yet? I have not, so please do not spoil it. I haven't had a chance to get out and watch it yet.
Need to get those materials processed in order to finish the Chiral relay.
By the way, I actually really loved Joker. I thought it was a fabulous movie, and I enjoyed every second of it. The soundtrack is amazing. I've been extremely all over the place mentally for the last month. Just so many things have been happening, and I'm kind of just feeling stuck right now. It sucks when that's going on, Bart. It's never fun. Better than this soundtrack? I don't know about that, but I will say that I was listening to the Joker soundtrack while I was playing Halo the other day.
Good job, Sam. Now access the terminal and bring the relay online.
Yeah, I've heard. I really hated episode 8. I didn't really like. Honestly, I didn't like episode 7 either. I've not been happy with the new Star Wars movies. So I'm not as excited about 9 because my expectations are so low right now. New Year's was spent at home in bed. Kiddies are sick and our party host was just sick, so better to stay home. Makes sense. I heard Finn from Star Wars got a secret script of Rise stolen and leaked because he got wasted. Oh, jeez. Did you touch your delay settings at any point? I feel like the delay between chat and stream is much smaller than last time I watched. No. It's been on low latency mode for as long as I could remember. I think. I don't know. I haven't touched my chat settings though. So who knows? Joker's in my top 20 movies of all time for sure. I wonder where it would fall for me. I don't know that I'd be top 20. Well, maybe it would be top 20. Have a good one, 9. Thank you for being here. It was lovely to see your name. You could blame corporate mishandling for that. I guess you'll have to sort it or like it based on what I saw. Yeah, I don't know. They don't have George Lucas doing it anymore. It's a little bit weird when you don't have the original person doing it.
Once you cross the tar belt, the end will be in sight. We're this close to Emily, to America's second chance.
Oh, yeah.
The city awaits. The staff we're sending will start by building a safe house. Over time, they'll expand their operations and establish a new facility. In doing so, they'll carry on the legacy of the brave souls lost to the tar. All thanks to you, Sam. Now, let's figure out how to get you across this tar belt.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, the prequels just needed a little editing. That's all. He didn't have people holding them accountable for that. The writing was just terrible. Like, that's the thing. That's the only thing I didn't like about it. I like the story. I kind of wish that Darth Jar Jar would have been a thing, but... Let's go ahead and move this to my back. Okay. I won't say anything, but the first 30 minutes of episode 9 tries to act like episode 8 doesn't exist. Feels like they edited out 40% from the director's cut and it just jumped around so much it was written by a caffeinated squirrel. Ugh, yikes. Yeah, Rogue One was pretty decent. I gotta say though, okay, so when I walked out of Rogue One, I had a conversation with my wife that I think was kind of annoying for her, but like, The thing I don't like about movies like Rogue One, and kind of get annoyed about with Star Wars in general, just bear with me here for a second, is the odds that in like Rogue One that they were going to get the job done were so small. And like just one time, I want to watch the Empire just absolutely, utterly obliterate everybody who was trying to do something like that. And have that be the twist in the movie. Like, here's Rogue One. It's this whole like ragtag group of people that have this impossible mission. And then they go on the impossible mission and it actually doesn't work out because the Empire's thrown all their unbelievable amounts of resources at it and just utterly destroyed it. And everybody walks out of the theater feeling disappointed but angry at the Empire for being so strong and resourceful. I mean, I know they died, but they still got the job done. Like, I want them to be like, okay, we're going, and then the Empire just like swoops in and TIE fighters just blow everybody up, and then you walk out of and you're like, oh man, like they failed. Like that sucks. Maybe the Empire really is insurmountable, and you'd have this like meta empathy for what it's like to be the rebels and be like, oh my God, the Empire feels impossible. We just watched this whole movie about people who thought they could do it, and the odds were stacked against them. They had no resources, and they got totally screwed, curb stomped by the Empire. I feel like the new trilogy didn't respect the franchise. I define that as this. Rather than reboot it or tell a new story, they kept all the original characters but wiped away their accomplishments, cast them as aging failures, and killed them off. The premise of the new trilogy is the first trilogy doesn't matter. Yeah, see, that sucks. It's not a bad way to write it. What's up, Rouse? You mean Stormtrooper actually manages to shoot something? What? Exactly, Buki. Like, you can't have that many Stormtroopers that are that bad at shots. You should probably talk to your therapist about your evil murder fantasies. I know. See, that's the other thing is I was rooting for the White Walkers in Game of Thrones. Drove my wife crazy. What's up, El Chap? Similar to Stormtroopers, always miss. They're a joke now instead of elite soldiers. Exactly. Yeah, I wanted the White Walkers to win. Have you considered playing Sea of Thieves? It can be a solo game where you go on voyages, deliver loot. You spend 30 minutes of time just sailing around. I actually have thought about that, Baker. I agree that it would be good background fodder for this. Absolutely. Wizzy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that very much. What are these points thing? I kind of know. I don't know. They like accumulate over time as you watch the stream, then you can use it to do things. I have to like edit up what they're used for. Okay, so I have to, I'm guessing, do some kind of delivery here with this terminal. Thank you, Bonnie. Bart, thank you very much for the host. I appreciate it. Wait a minute. So where the hell am I supposed to go? Oh, wait a minute. So I got to go down to edge of the tar belt. All right. Can do. I've not heard of Red Letter Meteor before. Maple Seed, thanks for the host. You guys are too kind. I like the positive signs. I'm going through a drug withdrawal. Sorry if I'm mean. Well, El Chap, I appreciate you telling us that. And going through drug withdrawal is not fun. I saw that you wrote in Discord that you were downing your dose. Are you doing that on the advice of your doctor, or are you doing that on your own? Because if you're doing that on your own, you need to be careful, man. That can be really dangerous. And also, I do have to hold you accountable if you're mean. So try to be mindful about your responses. If you're going to be mean, I would encourage you to
building anything that will get you across. There must
discern whether it will be a good idea to share.
Give up. Not with what's at stake.
This part is fun, and if you want some help figuring out what to do, let me know, because it's not straightforward. Okay.
Be surprised if you've already got a few ideas of your own.
Okay, so the doctor helped. Okay, that's good, El Chap. Anytime somebody talks about reductions in their meds, it's all right to be anxious, though. I'm glad you're here, man. Okay. So I have to figure out what to do here, and it's not straightforward. That's good. We can think through this a little bit. seems kind of annoying that it's raining. That makes this not fun. I don't know if it's a puzzle or not. I have no idea what we're walking into here. Or we're gonna find out together. Whether it's a puzzle or what. All right. I will have to actually work tonight instead of watch the stream at work. I know. I'm sorry, K-Girl. I won't be on tonight. I feel so bad for Australia. I know. Australia is like burning up right now, and it is scary stuff. Okay, so we're at the edge of the tar pit, which is where I'm supposed to be. We're going to go ahead and just cut the umbilical cords for these BTs because I don't even want to deal with these. This game is Death Stranding, El Chap. It was made by Hideo Kojima, who made the Metal Gear games. This is his first game after doing the Metal Gear games. Okay, here we go. I think I'm training somebody new tonight if she shows up. Is that a good thing, K-Girl? Like, will that at least keep your brain occupied in a good way? Oh, boy. Cut him, Bill. Yeah. Go to the beach. Yeah. It will keep you awake? Oh, there you go. I got a pentagonal dodecahedron puzzle cube today. Oh, geez. That sounds intense, Simu. Oh, boy. Lots of umbilical cords to cut. See ya. See ya. Means you can't mess. Oh, that sucks. You can do stuff with the points. So you can highlight your stuff. Even though I don't mind if you just tag me anyway. But if you want to highlight your messages, cool. Whoop, whoop. I wonder if I should make that where, like, if people do that, treat it like a teleprompter where, like, I have to read whatever you write. Although that could get a little dangerous. Do as I say, not as I do. Isn't that how most of it goes, K-Girl? Oh, my God. There are so many BTs here. We're going to just get rid of them all. Sounds a little tiring. It does. I'd have to make it worth a lot more than just 100 if I was going to actually do that. All right. Yeah, I think you're right about that part. I'm just, you know, brainstorming. It's true, K-Girl, although we still do have to say it. I still have it. It's on the books now. I can say it now. Much to your chagrin, I know. Whoa, all right, so I'm cutting baby umbilical cords too? Oh my God. I played the PT, like, demo thing that they released, but I never played the actual game itself. Because didn't they make it so that you can't even buy the game anymore? Or like something like that? Wait, I'm right by an umbilical cord. Why can't I cut it? There we go. The demo is the only thing that exists. The full game never got made. Oh, okay. The demo was awesome. I loved it. I still have it on my PlayStation. Ever solved a Rubik's Cube? No, I actually have not, Simu. I don't know the algorithm. It was actually on my list of things I wanted to learn for a long time, and then I never did. Is reading highlighted stuff? I know it's nothing about therapy. Everything I've ever... Yeah. Good try, mother. Yeah, I played the demo. It was great. Really hope this is along the lines of what I'm supposed to be doing. There are so many BTs here. People are selling that particular console for quite a bit of money. No kidding. Whereas Gecko, he would have a field day. He would have a field day. At least you can shank the BTs. It is helpful. Yeah. Just ninja slice through these umbilical cords. All my stuff's getting ruined, which I don't like. Alright, kill this PT. I have a link to PT if anybody wants it on PC. What kind of link is it? Don't be sending no illegal links, dead body. What's up, Penguin? How are you this afternoon? All right, something tells me that this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Get away from me. Get away from me. I love that YouTuber's sense of humor correlates so well with my own. What on earth? Yeah, all these BTs just keep coming back, so I am not so certain that oh, it was a recreation. Okay. All right, Lou. Come on, buddy. Feel better. Recommend looking up cheating and looking up resolutions for the first time. That's probably what I would have thought I had to do, Saimu. I didn't realize that people come up with their own. That's kind of neat. Just rockin' Lou. How long are you streaming today? I will be on for probably another half hour. Rocking with me, guys. Here we go. Feeling better, buddy? Yeah, he's feeling better. All right. So something tells me that I'm doing this wrong. So I'm supposed to somehow find a way to cross the tar belt. Makes me wonder if I can't, because I can ride this, can't I? Can I put me on the... Just float across? Okay. So there's a baby BB over here. Let's see if Not yet, goof off. I may ask for it in a minute, but not yet. Likes received from BT. What's up, Atomic? It's because of the exposure on my camera. Dead body. It's darker than it looks. It's just because I have the ISO on my camera open so that y'all can see me. Crouch, Sam. Floating isn't gonna do it. Get away from me, BT. Damn it. Damn it. I want to know. This is confusing. I don't want to help yet, though. Come on, Sam. Get out of there. Thank you. Okay. What happens if I pee in the tar? Let's find out. Doesn't matter. Okay. Nothing happens when I pee in the tar. Now you know.
Sam, it might be worth looking through your mail in case there's anything we've missed.
Looking through my mail. Summoning objects from the other side through the tar. Oh, here we go. Convenient. Thanks, Die Hardman. You were finally helpful. Sam, I've been analyzing the, quote, tar, unquote, samples you collected for me, and I've got to say, its properties are wholly unlike those of the more common tar we have observed on this planet in the past. The same can be said for the tar taken from the strata in which that ammonite with the umbilical cord was found. No deposits have been discovered save for those accompanying massive fossil beaches. It's as if it's the literal stuff of extinctions. Even more strangely, it seems that objects submerged in concentrations of this tar are partially, if not entirely, transported elsewhere, most likely to the beach, I suspect. Therefore, by chucking that nuke into the crater lake, you may have sent it into the other side itself. Assuming it's a two-way street, that also means that matter sent to that world could theoretically return through the tar once more. This would explain some of the more fantastic stories I've heard of buildings swallowed whole by tar, only to miraculously rise from its depths at a later date, looking exactly as they did when they were lost. Which has intriguing implications, don't you think? If the tar is a gateway to the past has consumed, then maybe it could be manipulated into regurgitating its own meals, which means that I am going to try.
The folks who live out that way might have noticed something.
Which makes me wonder if I actually need to get sucked in. We're going to try that. We're going to try and get sucked in by the BTs. Come here, BT. Over here. Come here. Come here. Pull me in. Pull me in. Come get me. Here we go. Pull me in, baby. What's up, Gecko? Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. And we run. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. Crossing the tar. I did it. What's up, Ekafatum? I probably said that wrong, but let's go. Let's move it. Lou, this is no time for crying, my dude. Let's go. All ass. Proud of myself for figuring this out. Oh, Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I know this feels like Shadow of the Colossus. Here we go. Up the bus. Up the bus. Good to see you, Gecko. We're gonna go this way. Climb. Climb, Sam.
Can't say I would have ever thought of that.
Yes, well,
Well done.
this is not a time to talk to me, Die Hardman.
They're giving it your all. There's hope for us yet.
This is not the time. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Up the bus, across the building. Let's go. Come on, Sam. Where am I headed? I need to go this way. I really don't want to fight that whale. If I can help it. I can't go that way. We're gonna go this way. Music is so good. I should have shed some of these packages before I had them bring me down here. I mean to ask a question. Guess it is. No, you can ask. Go ahead, Musa. Ask away. I can read chat while I do this. Don't worry. Well, Gecko, I'm going offline in about 20 minutes. So if you go online in 20 minutes, maybe I'll raid you. Go, 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 go. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a risk you're going to have to take, man. Parkour. This went from walking simulator to parkour simulator. Mother, you trying to steal my thunder? Yeah, Musa, if you didn't hear me say it, you can absolutely ask your question. You don't have to wait for me to be done running away from these big-ass whales. I'm about to raid my snack drawer. That sounds like a awesome idea, Mother. I'm gonna eat some hot Cheetos when I get done here. What's up, Infinite Song? Something monster version of Moby Dick. Ah, that's why the Ishmael reference was made earlier. I wonder if we'll find a golf ball in the blowhole. For my Seinfeld friends. The sea was angry that day, my friends. Mom! Mom! I'm coming. I see you, Mom. Here we go. What a stunning dress you've decided to wear in the middle of a tar pit. No. Dios mío. Oh, I love hot Cheetos so much, Simon. Oh, no. We're going to the beach. To the beach. I'll be doing another public participation project for the World Economic Forum in 3 weeks. It gives regular people the opportunity to speak truth to power to global leadership. I'd love if you were to participate and say something about mental health. It would depend on where and when, Musa. You should DM me on Discord. We can talk more about it. I don't like Doritos. No, Dirt. I think Doritos are gross. Cutscene time, baby. That sounds awesome, Goof Off. Oh my god. What's going on here? Chico, we've made it to the beach, man. We made it to California. Is this not what California's like?
Falling down, falling down.
Or maybe we're in London.
London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Uh-huh. According to this game, it is, Chico. Oh, that's why you got to soak them in lime juice and tahini seasoning, Saimu. I don't eat them dry. Oh, no, no. No, 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 no. They're modified hot Cheetos. Soak them in lime juice. You'll change your tune, I promise. And tahini. Nothing odd to see here at all, Infinite. This is how we do here. A bowl of cereal, but Cheetos and lime juice. Yes. Maybe not that much lime juice, but yes, Derp. You want to have a nice thin layer of it all the way covering the bowl. Oh boy, here we go. Speaking of hot Cheetos.
You don't want to scare the poor girl away, do you? She's in there. I can smell her. Of course, I wouldn't have known for sure if it wasn't for you and your wonderful network. Bless your heart.
At the end of the stream, Saimu, I'll show you. We'll do DrMick's Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Thank you kindly. Oh, Sam Bridges. Careful. Contents are fragile. Like the world and everything in it. Me,
I like his makeup.
no exception. I'm not the only one wearing masks either. There's your boss man, and that woman, and oh, let's not forget little you. Okay, it's okay. I know it ain't easy wearing a mask all the time. Now the mask can come off, right? Hey. You remember this? Nope. Poor, sweet Amelie. She's holed up in the beach nearby. Tell you what say we make it a race? Whoever wins gets to usher in the end of days. Nothing like the eve of extinction. Bring focus to the mind. Makes folks honest.
Hey, Troy Baker's awesome.
There'll be no need for masks soon. But I wonder, when you look death in her eye.
In her eye?
Will you blink?
I don't get why he keeps licking things. A little unsettling. Oh, baby. Sam.
Still with me, Sam?
You never give up, do
Now,
you?
What's up, Elbel?
Our way to save Emily is the same as always. Your first priority is to get the local distro center on the network. until it's complete and everybody's...
Can I get a Mr. Meeseeks to help me out?
Easy to get to Amelie. She should be safe. So take your time and do it right.
Got it. Hey, it's been ages. Uni work has taken over my life, but I'm back. Has Mr. Reedus died yet? I have not died, Albel. Oh, I died one time when I blew up a nuke that was on my back by accident, but it's good to have you here, Albel. I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. Boy, I need a shower. I don't really know that any of these things matter at all, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave them here. Served me well. Let's go. Let's go save California. Huh? That was an oopsie? What was an oopsie, Albel? I ain't died yet. So I need to go... I guess just in there, right? Man, we made it all the way to the West Coast. We literally traversed the entire United States. I did it. Mail my new psychologist and signed that organization. Thank you for the intake request. We will contact you as soon as possible to make an appointment, intake interview, and location of your choice. That's awesome, Maple. Now you got to play the waiting game, unfortunately, which really sucks, but...
How you doing, Sam?
What's the holdup, Sam? Connect your Cupid to the terminal and bring the site online.
Why don't you chill out, Die Hardman? Ooh, look at that. We get a little, This is a little eerie. Something tells me that bad things are going to happen here. $99% damage to it. Holy shit. Here we go. Something's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. Oh, maybe not. California's on the grid, baby. Or maybe that's like Reno. So maybe we're not in California yet.
Good work, Sam. You've made it as far as Bridges 1 ever did. We never pushed further west.
Oh.
Frankly, it's a miracle we kept that distro center running. Anyway, you're almost at Edge Knot City.
We're in Reno.
Where Amelie should be waiting. Smile, Sam. Only one more knot to go.
Yeah, sorry, Seattle.
One last time to put that Cupid to use. Though you'll need another component to finish the job. Regardless, the nationwide network will serve as your ticket home. Just bear in mind that by bringing Edge Knot online, you'll likely be revealing Amelie's location to Higgs. You'll need to get to her before he does. Head to your private room and get your gear.
I wonder if Higgs already has figured out what Hartman did, which is where he's like traversing the beach and stuff.
Not to leave the distro center without taking the order.
All right, Guy Hardman, you got it. Let's go get a shower, huh? Also, it's a beautiful evening in Chicago. Look at that. Even though it's cloudy, it's still nice. The city's looking great. Yeah, right, Infinite? Because it's like, no, I got side quests I got to do.
Sam, are you there?
Amelie.
Can you hear me? Sam.
Yeah, I'm here.
Over here, Amelie.
The network's nearly complete.
You can, Nighthawk. It just takes a lot of time.
And then America will be whole
Or if you
again.
can't get over it, you can better manage them.
Did I ever tell you my real name? I wanted to. It's Amerigo. After Amerigo Vespucci, the man who discovered the continent.
Vespucci.
I thought it was Columbus.
Ah, you went to public school, didn't you?
He lied. America is a lie.
Amelie?
I'm on the beach, Sam. Our beach. The one where I was born. Higgs will never find me here. He can't. So don't worry. Get the last Cupid to Edge Knot City and finish what we started. I'll meet you in your room at the distro center when it's all over. There's something you need to know, Sam. I've kept things from you. Worn a mask for the longest time.
Oh boy.
Everything Higgs said about me is true. I could end it all. Us. Mankind. Extinction.
Hey, Jen.
What I am.
How does that even mean?
But it's not what I want to be. All I want is for you and me and everyone in this world to be whole. Sam.
Why is she doing this? Why would you do... Oh, hey, I'm gonna go just be dramatic and go behind the glass wall.
Promise you'll stop me. Don't let me end it all. I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
Amelie? Amelie?